What's up guys, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. This video might be a little bit shorter because not a lot happened, but we did buy a few more things and sell a few more things. So last weekend I went to an estate sale and then ended up going to a thrift store that I had never been to before. I was in a little bit of a time constraint because I was going to a wedding later, but I ended up going through the clothes and picked out 8 different shirts or jackets. I ended up spending $43.10 total on everything. The way this store was set up, they have a sign up in the front with discounts that they're running on their items. They have different colors and then a discount depending on what color the item is. So on different items price tags, there would be a color and then you would take that color and figure out what kind of discount you would get. I kind of kept that in mind while I was looking through stuff, but I really just bought an item if I thought I could make money on it regardless of the discount. A lot of thrift stores that I've been to in the past have been tax exempt, but this one wasn't. So to try to eliminate confusion, I just added the tax into the price that I paid for it. So when I went through, I deducted the discount and then added back the 10% tax to that item. And then when I was logging it on my spreadsheet, I just included that total per item. Math. That stuff is kind of tough to keep up with sometimes, but I just want to make sure that I keep up with everything so I can know that I'm actually making money. At some point, I do want to show my spreadsheet that I'm keeping up with. It is kind of a headache to look at, but I feel like it's important to keep up with it. So the only new thing that sold was a flannel. I bought it for $14.99 and it was discounted 25%. Okay, so I bought the flannel for $14.99. The discount
off, and then the tax was $112, so the total was $12.36. For $31.25 after taking someone's offer, and then the shipping was $6.95. The eBay fee was $5.36, which was a little high because of the ad rate, and then the PayPal fee was $1.29. So all in all,
I made $5.36 profit just off of that shirt, which isn't great, but it helps. Math. So buying clothes is really easy. You can go through and buy a lot of stuff really fast before you know it. I don't really know a lot about clothes yet, but I'm trying to learn. But I feel like at this point, with my lack of knowledge, it wouldn't really be smart for me to go in and buy $200 worth of clothes. So I don't really know what I would be stuck with in the end. So I felt pretty comfortable with at least spending a little bit of money on it, but I wouldn't want to spend a whole lot, at least at this point. So that's all of the new stuff that I added this week, but now I'll get into the inventory that we sold. So in the last video, I talked about buying that Dr. Pepper glass block for $3.75 at an estate sale. I listed it on an auction and it had a bid for $50. I was hoping it would go up a little bit more just because there's a lot of people watching it, but that ended up being what it sold for. But I'm still really happy with that considering it was such a small investment. After all the fees, I was able to profit just a little over $30. Shipping was a good bit just because it was a heavier item. I put it in a medium flat rate box, which is $12.80 regardless of how much it weighs if it fits in it. But it was really cool to see something like that sell for that price just because I bought it because it was cheap and I thought it was unique. So I am willing to risk a little bit if it's cheap and I feel like there's potential that it could sell for more. But I wouldn't want to spend a lot of money on something that I didn't really know about. So another thing that I sold was a P90X DVD. I sold it for $12.99 and pocketed a little over $8. Not as expensive as the other one, but it still helps. On a side note, I had most of my DVDs taken off of eBay. I got an email from eBay saying that Beachbody, which is the company that owns those workout DVDs, they said that they requested to have them removed because they thought they were counterfeit. And I noticed the couple that did stay on eBay were the ones that I took the picture of them outside of the packaging. So I had them outside of their little plastic sleeve and you could clearly see like the label, it says like copyright on it and everything. I think eBay actually said that if I wanted to relist them, I would have to contact that company and prove to them that they are legit. So that is a little aggravating. And the last thing that sold was out of the Coca-Cola inventory. It was a little polar bear figurine and I sold it for like $15 and then pocketed around $4. Someone sent an offer in on that and it was a little cheap, but I ended up taking it just because I want to start getting rid of some of the inventory. So now we're sitting at around $312 in cash and around $165 worth of inventory. I have a lot of small stuff in inventory now and it gets a little aggravating just shipping off stuff where I only make a couple bucks on it. So I'm thinking that maybe in the future we need to have like a yard sale or something where I can sell some of this stuff and just get rid of a bunch of inventory and then take what cash I can get back. As far as sales, there's really not a lot going on in my area, I think because of Thanksgiving and stuff. But I might try to buy some stuff off of Facebook Marketplace or go to some thrift stores. But other than that, I'm just gonna try to push some of this higher priced inventory stuff so hopefully we'll have a bigger jump next week. What's up, guys?